What's up? Living Room Con here. Comic book day is today. Gonna get some Black Suit King. Gonna get some Rorschach today. Bunch of first appearances coming out. Um, let's do this, man. I can't wait because I've been waiting all week for this. So we're gonna nail that shit to get some fucking comics. We're gonna fucking get some fucking comics, alright? Get some fucking comics! Fucking comics! I wanna read some fucking comics right now! We're gonna get some fucking comics, alright, motherfucker? Just got back from yesteryear and Kamikaze, and it was a lot of fun. Talked to some of my friends over at yesteryear and Kamikaze. The selection seemed like slim pickings when I looked at Key Collector, but when I looked at all the variants, there was plenty of variants around. But I'm gonna show you guys what I read. So here is King in Black, the Symbiote Spider-Man 1. And I wasn't too certain about this book because we didn't know whether it was going to be a first appearance, which is why I wanted to read it. And I didn't even know if it was going to be any good. It was be some like lame villain or something. But the name of the villain is Mr. E, and Spider-Man keeps asking him if it's Smythe. And I guess maybe it's Smythe, but like a younger version of Smythe. It looks like he's got like a little patch on his chin, like a goatee. The story seemed like your average Spider-Man Swingo, average Spider-Man modern story. But overall, I mean, the villain had a good introduction, and I thought it was a good purchase. I got the two variants, the one where he's swinging in the black suit, and the one where it's like kind of looks like a vintage cover. And then here I got Rorschach issue 2, Tom King run, and I wasn't really too fond of this. To be honest, I was expecting a lot more because it's Rorschach, but from what I hear, Tom King's not as good of a writer as people hoped he would be. I know he wrote the Batman run after the New 52, which was really hard to beat. So I read this, and it's the first appearance of the Citizen, but it was really just kind of, well, yeah, there's a lot of content, but then again, it's kind of like, what's going on, and I'm not really following it, and I got the variant. This is yeah. I mean, it looks cool, but I mean, it's kind of yeah. It didn't really strike me as a powerful story at all. I mean, and then again, it's also issue 2, so if I read issue 1, maybe I would have got it. But all I knew that was the first appearance of the Citizen, and the Citizen's kind of just sort of your average guy. It seems like. Just doing investigating on Rorschach, and came across like a piece of comic book art and told a story about Rorschach, but it didn't really feel like I was in a story about Rorschach for some reason. It felt like more of an investigation about Rorschach. So then another book that I had high hopes for was Children of the Grave, which was really not something that I'm into. Seemed like there's a bit of a apocalyptic religious theme set up, and usually I'm not keen on things that are religious. I'm more into like zombie apocalypse sort of thing. If it's a plague and there's all sorts of weird mutants and that kind of thing, I think that's cool, but this didn't really strike me as anything that interesting. At the last page, there was like a mutant. She kind of like gave birth and I guess deformed her body, but it was at the last page of the story. Sorry to spoil that, but that's how it went. that's so. I read the entire book until that part, and I was like, whatever. Yeah. So, all right. So this book, I didn't think it would be that good, but it was actually all right. I liked it. About killing the president, and then the next target was the female president who took the old president's place, and they interview like the guy who killed the president, and then there's like these group of assassins that wear these masks and don't want to mess with these guys. They look pretty badass. I like the way they set it up. Pretty good for a first issue. Got me interested in wanting to know more about what's going to happen. So I enjoyed it. And then also, I did not expect this to be so interesting, but Marvel Voices Indigenous Voices issue 1. About Maya Lopez, Echo, all the Native American characters in the Marvel Universe. You got Warpath. It's like an anthology of stories, and I thought it was pretty cool. The Watcher plays a role in it, where he kind of just watches over all the characters. Of course, this is what he does, and it was pretty cool because the premise was the Hispanics and the Native Americans of the Marvel Universe, and the art was just kind of like spot on. Like I thought it was so appropriate because they've been having a lot of variants this month for that kind of art in Marvel, and now I kind of see why, because they're trying to bring out that kind of ethnicity in the Marvel Universe, and well, if they're able to bring it out like in a very positive, intriguing way artistically, by all means, go for it. Marvel has always been pushing the artistic envelope when it comes to comic book art, and when it comes to ethnical themes, if you could do it the right way, then by all means. In this book, I feel like it's got all the right artistic moves to tell a good anthology storyline for a Marvel run. So anyway, there you got it, boys and girls, and I hope you get these books, except for maybe a couple like Rorschach. I don't know. I kind of thought it was a little boring. It's kind of a shame what's going on with DC these days. They're not really. I don't know. I haven't read such a great DC book in a while. I like the Extreme Verse Batman of Lobo Batman. That first story grabbed me, but I didn't do a review on it. Maybe I'll do a review on it to make up for it. But other than that, that was the only story in the book I liked. There were like 4 different stories, but the first story was the one I liked. And then all the other ones are kind of like, just kind of like whatever. Hush Batman, I didn't really care for. So yeah, make sure you subscribe to my channel and hit that like button. And thank you for watching my my review.